So, Darce, jeans and denim is one of the most popular items.
Definitely.
On Poshmark for sale. Lots of repurposed jeans as well.
Very popular.
What is repurposing a pair of jeans entail? What are all the ways you can repurpose these jeans?
Well, one of the most popular ways is cutting less desirable jeans and like the long jean shorts into cool, fashionable jean shorts.
All right.
Like the cutoffs.
And maybe a little distress or damage?
Yes.
Damage.
The more distress, the better.
See, when I was in the 70s, we would patch up the damage and fix the damage. Now we actually create the damage ourselves. All right. So what are some of the tools we need to repurpose these jeans today?
Okay, so you need a straight edge. I have two here.
Okay.
And you can use a ruler. These actually, Megan got me these amazing tools. So these are extra fancy, but this actually has a ruler on it. So it's great.
I felt like I should buy it for you because you kept doing all of this work for me.
Wow.
I was I don't know how to cut these, and she would fix them. So I had to get her better tools.
Yeah, now I feel very fancy.
Do my bidding.
So you need something to mark the fabric. You can use fabric marker. I just use chalk. I mean, you could even use a pencil. Fabric scissors. It's best not to use scissors that you use for paper. And then some kind of razor, sharp edge.
And that's for the distressing.
Yes, that's for the distressing. So if you're not going to distress, you don't necessarily need this. And then you also need a cutting mat, something to put in between the two layers of fabric.
Okay. All right. And we've chosen these Levi jorts, long shorts that have some really gross sort of yellow. I think we got these at the bins together.
Yeah.
These are nasty. But it's got a nice long.
Yes.
Right.
So these are men's, and men's styles are actually the best type to not distress, but to cut off because of the high rise. That's natural. I mean, in all of their styles.
And you said also 100% cotton's better?
Yes, 100% cotton because they distress the best, they fray the best, and they don't have like those stretchy fabrics when you wash them.
I don't know, man. Pretty good. Just throw a belt on? No?
I think maybe you could make it into a skirt.
Possibly, yeah. All right, Darcy. So, can I just cut, or just how do we do this? Can I just?
Well, if you're like me and you just started cutting, they would probably look like this,
right?
Because I cannot cut straight at all.
No, I probably.
So if these were jeans, I would just cut off the excess so you didn't have to deal with all that extra fabric. But since these are some lovely shorts, we're going to just go ahead and go straight to the crotch area.
Okay.
And we are going to try to get a good measurement for an inseam.
Oh.
Now, I use a standard 2.5 inch inseam measurement, but you can go off a pair of shorts you already have. People are different heights. I just think if you're going to use these for resale, 2.5 inches is a great way to go.
Pretty standard.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can let's use the smaller one. It'll be easier. So we're going to start here, and we are going to just make a mark right at 2.5 inches. Which will be right here. We'll go here, do the same.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 2.5 inches marked in both directions, and I'm just going to make a bigger line so it's easier let's make it straight here. Okay. Now we're going to lay them flat.
Okay.
So first, let me show you. See how I have this at an angle?
Yeah.
That's because that's how I usually cut all of the jean shorts that I do. Because usually the style of it looks cuter if it's a little bit shorter or a little bit higher on the legs.
Yeah.
I'll show you some that I've already done at the end.
Okay.
We want to go to a slight angle. You don't want it to be you don't want the jeans
jeans
like
that.
right. We're not looking for that look necessarily, but just a slight angle, which we'll use our straight edge for.
Okay.
Like that.
So you're just gonna go right across, huh? That makes sense.
That. Don't worry, the chalk will wash off nice and neatly.
Okay.
Okay.
I did it.
And now we are going to cut.
Ooh, this is where I back out because that scares me.
Okay, we got the first leg done. You want to go ahead and try the second one?
Right.
Yeah, you got it.
I can cut a line. All right, I did it.
Got it.
Shorts. No more jorts. Now they're shorts.
Okay.
Oh, they look cute. I see what you mean about the angle.
Yeah.
That looks good.
So now we're going to go ahead and distress these. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, to distress these jeans, all you need is a cutting mat and then some type of razor. It doesn't have to be a cutting mat exactly. You could also use like a piece of thick cardboard or something like that.
Right.
So, you know, people like varied degrees of distressing. You know, you can go crazy with the distressing. You can put it, you know, all along here, up here, all here.
Lots of people do it on the pockets and the back, stuff
Right.
like that. Okay.
And then you have to remember too, as you wash it, you know, all this down here is also going to be frayed.
Does that just naturally fray? You don't have to
Yes,
pick at it? That's
exactly.
cool. Okay.
And then the more you wash it, the more they're going to fray and become distressed. Now this has a great finish on it where it already kind of looks like it's been worn.
Yeah.
So distressing is going to look amazing on these.
Awesome.
Now the one thing to remember when you distress is the pocket. So you want to make sure, like if we were going to distress this right here, which we can absolutely do right now, turn this like this. We want to make sure it's between the fabric and the pocket.
Oh, yeah.
So that we're not damaging the pocket in any way. Because we use our pockets.
Right, exactly.
So
I wouldn't have thought of that.
let's slide that in there like that. And make sure the pocket is underneath it, and it is. And now we're going to do it. So it's so easy. All you really need to do is take your blade and just make some straight marks. Now, it looks like I'm not really cutting it, but you're just making some straight lines. Just like that. Now, I could have used a sharper razor, which would make it even more, but you can see right here.
Yeah, this is more like for just a little light distress. So you say that as you wash these, they become more and more distressed because they fray through the hole?
Yes, let me show you some examples of that.
Okay.
So these were solid, zero distressing, very vintage, as you can see.
Yeah, those are cute.
So all of this here, and then along the pockets,
Cute.
and the bottoms.
I like that along the edge there.
Yeah,
That looks
and
cute.
you know, when you do the bottoms, you just want to make sure that you leave some edge. You don't want, you know, you want to start up. So like if we were doing that on this, we would want to leave some fabric and maybe start like
there, yeah.
yeah, like right here. And I like to go all the way into the edge of the seam. And before you wash it, you can kind of separate it a little bit. I mean, you don't have to do anything major, but just, you know, just a little bit. And then we still have that band here, so it won't go too much.
Yeah, that's gonna look good. I can't wait to see these. All right, so you've moved on to the back pockets, but I'm fascinated by these jeans that you've already done here, Darce. There's so much more fraying on these than the ones.
So those are actually one of the very first pairs I ever did.
Yeah.
And those have no distressing. That was just a pair that I cut off. But, you know, I've had them so long and I've worn them so many times and washed them so many times that all of that is just natural wash wear.
Wow.
And,
It's gorgeous.
you know, they're just so much, like, more special and more loved.
Yeah.
And more unique. Just
Right.
from all the wash wear.
That's the cool thing about doing these, cutting them off. They get better with age.
Definitely.
Very cool.
You know, and again, you can, you know, do as little as you want, as much as you want. You know, some people don't like too much, but they want it just to have a little bit of a worn look.
And it's the kind of project that you can play around with. You can try a bunch of different things and see how they go and add to it. Or I guess the best advice would be start out small, huh?
Definitely.
So you don't overdo it.
Yeah, and then, you know, we'll really get a great idea of how these look, you know, once they've been washed.
Okay.
And all this yellow will be gone, and they'll start to have the strings like this.
Okay, so Darcey did a lot of cutting, and some she just kind of scratched the surface here and along here and down along here, just to sort of give the jeans an even more aged look. And I think these are going to look amazing. We're going to throw them in the wash,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And that's it. That's the last step.
That's it.
And you just, the more you wash, the more aged they look.
Yeah, and then if you're not happy with, you know, how they turn out after you wash them, you can just
Scratch
dress
them up some more.
Definitely.
All right, we're going to throw these in the wash, and we're going to show you how they look. All right, check it out. I washed these as Darcey suggested, and look at this, Darce. I mean, the crop top is much cuter. Look, I mean, it's the most simple thing you could do. We just basically cut a line. But then look at these jeans. They were so ugly. They were jorts. I hated them. They had yellow down here. She was right. Like, she just razored this, and in the wash, it magically turned into the cutest pair of jeans I have ever seen in my life. Look at how cute they are. I just want to go out and cut 1,000 pairs of jeans. I'm so excited. It's adorable. Thanks, Darcey.